Hello! Hello and welcome to WOR's Ironman League. I will be one of your commentators tonight, Scott Taylor, and with me, the wonderful Adam Sanderson, the Devin Butler, the amazing character that one of our drivers tonight might just decide to inherit and take out 5 drivers. Is that right, Adam?
That means they're going to come first, no? Surely that's what you mean by that, not the other way around, right?
Like, no, of course not. How are you tonight?
I'm very well. How about yourself?
I'm good because we have the Ironman League back, which is one of my favourite types of races that we can watch because it's quite unique. It's bringing some of the top, biggest racers in the world, putting them with some of Hungary's top racers as well, and seeing just what can happen when you have these mix of skills in the lobby. Like, Adam, I'm sure you know there's some big names tonight, but there's also some people that are maybe trying to make a name for themselves as well. And what better opportunity to try and beat the likes of Jarno and such?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see the not the disparity of abilities, but just the mix of abilities. I don't want to put them down. But the thing is, even though they're called amateurs in this league, so called, they're still absolutely rapid. So if you're right in saying someone's going to try and embody the Devin Butler experience, then one of those amateurs is just going to blow them out of the water. I'm wondering, is that the track selection, by the way? Are we racing around Austria, or is that my eyes deceiving me?
I mean,
or have I just blown it out of the water?
I mean, you probably have just blown it out of the water, but at the same time,
No,
they've
not.
readied up, right? So, like, we're going to see. I think it might be Austria. So the tracks are random. They've been chosen by some of the past winners, and they've kind of got a pool of tracks that I was going to show, but they're obviously a bit too quick for me. Let's quickly do that. So these are the tracks that it can be. Yeah, we've got like Belgium's, we've got Spain, Monza, Austria, we can even get Vegas, Jeddah. We've got a bunch of tracks here, and it's randomly chosen. So it looks like we will be going to Austria. Your lineup as well. Gonna get you on. That's the same thing, right? Lineup's banging. I'm just not very good at this one. So I'll go through the names, and Adam, you want to just kind of waffle for a few minutes? You're quite good at that.
Sorry, I lost you for a second there. I heard waffle, and I'm all of a sudden realizing that my dinner time is way, way past you. But I'm really looking forward to Austria.
Mate,
I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do around it.
I was saying you could waffle because you can waffle for the whole country, man. So, like, give us a taste.
Give us a little taste. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing what they could do around Austria. Like you say, big names in there, like the Jarno Uppbeat. No Lucas Blakely, victory last night, so I would have wanted to come in here and secure his 2 wins in 2 days streak. But obviously that's not in the WI Ironman series. I don't know if I was meant to be talking about other series, but anyway, we keep moving. I'll keep waffling. DRS zones around here will make it very, very interesting.
Mate, waffling, mate. So we have some banging names. We get Danny Berezny, Istvan Pukki, Jarno Uppbeat, Thomas Ronhaar. We do not have Tamascal tonight. He has had to pull out. He will be getting replaced by Mark Schluter, as far as I'm aware. We have Patrick Sipos, Otis Lawrence, Duncan Hofflin, Ben Shabel-Konye, and Ismail Fassi, along with some of amazing Hungarian drivers as well. I'll go through them quickly. Gabor Ticik, Gabor Vaya, Timbo, Norbert Eisner, Gabor Takats, Shaba Hagedis, we've got Janos Vilas, Bertolin Savagna, Balint Elikis, and David Vinci. Now, I probably butchered a few of them, but I'm quite happy with how I done there.
I didn't want to say anything. I'm glad you took a first stab at that. I had a little practice before we went live. I don't know whether if I do pronounce anyone's names incorrectly during this stream, I'm terribly sorry. I mean no offense by it. I'll give it my best shot. But yeah, I'm glad you attempted that one first.
Yeah, no, definitely. So guys are ready. They're basically just in the starting grid. They're getting their formation laps. As you might have known, we don't do qualifying here. It has been a reverse championship order from last season, so they've done it. The winners have went to the back. We'll see how that grid comes out in a little minute. No qualifying, 100% race, custom weather. So like anything can happen here. It's the shortest track in the calendar. It's like really small margins. This could be banging.
It's absolutely could be banging. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in turn 1. Always carnage at turn 1 here. The gradient change. Oh, 5 red lights.
Oh, wow. Looks like we're going for it. And we're off. Shaba Hagedis in first place. Danny Berezny in second. On last place, sorry. Already got some overtakes coming. Eisner on the kick, getting right through. Might have taken a bit of damage. Shaba Hagedis is off. let's go back to the back, see if anyone else. Most drivers are through. Duncan Hawthorne already up to 7th place. Not bad for one of the professionals. Timbo into 5th. Look at that, Adam. What is that?
That start looked absolutely insane, and it's not just because the bitrate on the stream that I'm looking at is a mess. But
I'll fix
all I
that.
saw
You
was a
ramble.
red car straight off in the distance. I don't know who's in first. I don't know who's in second. I'm sure that'll fix itself anytime now. But I think that's a 1.1 second lead for the Ferrari out in front, which will be absolutely crucial to keep ahead as soon as that DRS gets enabled after lap 1. Because, of course, new rule for this year, new rule for this game. Lap 1, end of it, DRS activated, and oh, pieces flying off there. I can't actually see what pieces are flying off of what car. I just saw a pixel fly across my screen. It looked blue, so it could be any of those ones. Someone diving straight into the pit. Jack West? No, one of the other Williams diving straight into the pits there. Must have been a Williams caught up in that damage.
Yeah, Zenegratsky, sorry, I will get that fixed for you. Something's obviously went wrong with our connection. Give me 1 second, everyone, while I do this. I apologize.
Not to
I
worry.
will fix it. One of these things, technology sometimes just likes to mess us up. So, let me just quickly do that. Do that. That. Get the game up. There you go. Sorry about that. You should be back now. So, Duncan Hawthorne already up into 4th place. Banging to see. I cannot believe how far he's been up. Timbo looking good as well. Ron Haar, 7th place. Team Kick looking banging because we have Eisner in 5th place as well. Shaba Hagedis did get that 2nd lead. You were right, but to be honest, it's kind of gone now. I get Leventi Bensi, who's in the Haas today. He's looking for it. He's thinking he could potentially get some good results. Who are you looking at in this lobby? And wondering.
I'm already looking at the fact that, yeah, you've just switched to it. Jana Watme up to 13th and Danny Beresne already up to 15th from starting last, I believe I'm right in saying. Again, I couldn't see who was on the grid at what point, but I believe I'm correct in saying so. That 1 second lead out up front. Very upset to see that disappear. Well, the Ferrari's very upset to see that disappear. I don't know whether... It doesn't look like any damage on that car, and I think I'm right in saying the damage model is set to reduced. So maybe it wouldn't be that terrible anyway. Going for a move up the inside, the Haas makes the move. Oh, up in T4, 3, 2, one of them. So I couldn't see where I thought it was. Bit rates all over the place, but it's all good.
Oh, no.
That is defended quite nicely. Oh, is that the Aston Martin got up to P3? From P3 to P1, got to love that. I'll be going at the inside of Ferrari, going into the middle sector. Oh, this is great racing. Side by side around Austria, always delivers, always delivers.
Yeah, it does. Beresne up into 14th as well. He has been a champion. He's fast. You can never count him out. Jarno getting a move done. Actually, nearly done. So SMD has actually taken it back. He's not going to let it go. Must be weird when you get Jarno behind you trying to overtake. Must create a certain sense of pressure that maybe not every other driver could inflict into that, right? As he's going for it into turn 1, he's got that inside corner. Is he going to stay with it? He's going to get the move done before, get in there and already... No, sorry. He's had to actually back off. I do apologise. Into 2nd place, Hegedus and Balint Elikas fighting as well on that inside line with the RB. Just enough space. Gets nearly in line with Duncan as well. Nearly 2 moves into 1.
I would argue that corner is possibly one of the trickiest on this track. Yeah. The elevation, three wide, going in out of sector 2. Oh, someone's going to end up. No one ends up in the gravel. I definitely did not see that coming. Thought someone was going to take at least a little trip to the grass and gravel, become a lawnmower, but going too wide all the way through this sector. The Aston Martin leaving the room on the outside for the good of his own race more than anything. Makes it out alive. The Ferrari takes the lead yet again. That is beautiful scenes through there.
I love it. See, they got around it because they're not as, like, see, whenever we're doing this, one of us ends up in the gravel, but they're the next level of us, dude.
You've got to let that incident go, my guy.
I've never. I'm just saying it. Look, Jarno has a bit of a problem, though. It's lap 5. He's in 11th place. He has lost the DRS train of that pack up front. It's going to be hard. Like, this is a short track. DRS really can matter on this track. He's going to really need... He might need to work together. I've seen it happen sometimes. Oh, the top's getting spicy again. Look at that. Oh, and it looks like Jack West was off the track there. Hagedis first. Leventi second. Elikas third. Thomas up to 4th now. Duncan down to 5th. He was in first like a lap ago.
Oh, Thomas almost made contact with the back of that Visa sign. Duncan Offlin up the inside, trying to capitalize on that mistake straight off the bat. I think Thomas is on hards and Duncan's on mediums. No, that might have helped with the traction coming out there. Love that. Thank you very much. Nice cues. Definitely helped with the traction on exit there, but Duncan very much said thank you very much for that slight mistake. Very so slight on the break in there. Beautiful scenes. I reckon Thomas in a very good position to be able to capitalize on this with the hard tires. Don't know what the safety car is on. Safety cars are on this, correct? It's not a no safety car race. Beautiful scene. So interesting to see how the strategy plays out as and when, because I almost guarantee someone's going to send it at one point, get a bit desperate and cause one. Love a safety car to bring the pack back together, which I'm assuming is what... Actually, I was going to say that. Jarno was looking forward to that, but he's already caught back up to that leading pack. All of this battling at the very, very top of this pyramid is causing one massive DRS drain rather than two, so it's great to see for him.
Mate, look at this. This is mad. It's like 7 people just trying to fly in and out of each other. So, like, yeah, they're not slowing each other down. The pack is actually caught back up. Jarno's only 1.1, and he's on the soft tires. He needs these to work, because he's maybe counting on the safety cars. Jabba Hagen is all the way down to 7th. He 8th. He was first like 2 laps ago. It's just going to show that, see, now that we get some of these more professional drivers in as well, you're going to start to see a little bit of the skill set, because we have 2 championships. We have the professional drivers that are fighting for their own championship and their own points, and then we also have the Hungarian drivers that are doing their own competition as well. So if I'm like Savannah, you know, and Bense, like, this is good points, because you're doing quite well at the top.
No, absolutely. It's so interesting to see, not as a massive golf skill level, but the different skill level as the professional drivers just climb through the field, causing them, maybe not them causing a little bit of carnage, but just overtaking them, slowing up everyone else who doesn't quite not know how to overtake or know how to leave the space, but battling them as hard as they can, because they know that if they can keep them behind as much as possible, they will be the best rear gunners in the world. And as you see, the Aston Martin going up the inside, leaving the space. Again, if that was me and you would have been in that gravel in seconds.
And as we're waffling, Jarno up into 8th place, puts Hegedus down to 9th, and he's now challenging for this. Ron Hart takes the lead of the race on those hard tyres, absolutely nailing it, but Duncan is not giving up at all. He's on the mediums. It's safety cars might come into play here with strats, but I think they will maybe be assuming that there might not be a safety car. We've seen it in this game. Sometimes it can be a lot harder to get it, so I don't think as many people are counting on it. Like, obviously with me and you, it's going to be like a 6-car safety car. We'll get timed out. The race will take that long, but for these guys, it's a bit different.
I mean, look at Thomas Runhart a minute. He's trying to break away as best he can from one of the quote-unquote amateurs behind him. He almost got to like 0.6, 0.5 of a second, but then that DRS just brought him straight back in it. But them battling for P2 behind, Thomas Runhart, I mean, licking his lips, singing, yeah, you keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep wasting all that time. I'm just going to pull away a little bit. And I bet through this next sector, he's going to come out about 0.6, 0.7 if they keep battling the way that they are.
Yeah, definitely. There is overtakes happening. It's hard to keep up with the amount of overtakes that are going on this track. We know in this game that the DRS and ERS usage, you get so much ERS back. It's so strong in these F1 cars that it's really going to be hard. Oh, Thomas, I'll actually maybe off the track there. A little bit of traction lost.
Is that a mistake? Or
it looks like a rare mistake that he doesn't usually have. We know he can be so fast. We've seen, it's amazing that you can see the same names still up at the top of their game. It's Jack West. Get in there, Jack. Gets the lead of this race. But yes, banging like from game to game, we still see the same guys that are just amazing at the top of their game, because each game changes quite dramatically.
It definitely does. Obviously, with the latest handling, fixing the issues from launch, it definitely still feels like a very different game. Up the outside, Thomas Ronhar with the DRS, and I think, yeah, he's not going to have it for the next one. A DRS detection zone he was just ahead of. Maybe he should have backed off a little bit. I think I'm right in saying, I might be waffling and talking absolute nonsense, but I think I'm right in saying Jack West has DRS going up to the middle of Sector 2. The sweeping right-hander down. I've lost all footage again. I can't see what's going on, my guy. Can you refresh
Jarno! Jarno gets into 7th place, and he is right behind Bensi and Savannah. Give me 1 second and I'll get that working for you. Why, oh why, oh why? Alright, everyone, close your eyes now. Get it done. Show your screen. Honestly, we suck at this, man. Right, you should have it again. Right, Yarno into 7 still, right behind Bensi. Thomas Ron Harnley trying to get away, but again, 410s. It's not going to be that great. It's definitely not going to be that great. It's going to be a little bit hard to get away from there because the DRS is so strong. You see? Can you see again, Adam?
I can see again. However, I think now the mainstream is suffering a little bit. Terribly inconvenient scenes right now. Sorry, viewers, for the technical difficulties we are facing right now. I can't actually see what's going on because it's paused on my screen. But for the meantime, it's been it's caused great entertainment. Thomas Ronhart close, but decides to hold off on the overtake as he goes down into the middle section of this track. Like you said, very, very short track here, shortest on the calendar. Sorry, just smiling through the pain, smiling through the pain. Yarno up to P6, 0.7 behind the Aston Martin there. Catching up, I think he's just biding his time. He's on the softs, I think I'm right in saying. He obviously came into this thinking, I'm going to overtake as many people as much as I can, bide my time, stick in the DRS drain, wait for the first safety car, pit for the harder, maybe go closer to the end, because obviously it's a full race distance. Hards right now probably wouldn't make it all the way to the end unless you want to have one wheel not on your car at the end of it. But Jack West and Thomas Ronhart swapping and changing DRS. I bet they're kind of hoping, I wish we could work together, pull away from the rest of this pack of Duncan Hoffland and everyone else scrapping behind. I would list out names because they're all changing all the time. But no, they are holding each other up, not quite being the best of, well, they're not teammates, but not quite working together as they would have liked. I mean, one Williams in P2, one Williams in P20, 23 seconds off of P19. Obviously, that was the one who had the damage. I bet he's really hoping for their safety car somewhere around about now.
Yeah, and I kind of want him to get back into it because I love the name Zenigratsky and I like saying it. So like we need to get him back up there so we can say it a bit more. SMD has a 10-second penalty. Schluter with a 3-second. They actually might come in to be a bit kind of costly because look how close this is. 11 laps in, Thomas. Oh, Eisner as well, 3-second time penalty. He will come to rue that. He's in 8th place. He's getting Otis Lawrence right behind him, actually just in front of him now. Gets that done with the DRS, and he's Van Pookie behind him. Like, again, like, these lobbies must be a bit stressful for some of the other guys, right?
Absolutely. I think if I was in there, I'd be sweating buckets right about now. All I would be really trying to do is make my car as wide as possible so that the esports drivers wouldn't have a chance at getting past me, as we see Danny Beresne going up the inside. Hang on, wasn't he further up than that? I might have missed that in all the bitrate chaos there, but wasn't he up a bit more? What happened to him? How did he get banned down there?
See, I don't know. He's from Pookie also into 9th place, overtakes Eisner, but like Beresne, I'm a little bit surprised to see down here. Yeah, he's such a fast driver. I've seen him come from 20th to first multiple times in this league.
He has end plate damage, front right end plate damage on that Danny Beresne car there. Look at that as you see it going around the swooping left. Got damage. That might be what is causing that, and he's on the harder tires obviously as well, holding up his pace. So I guess his only chance is to, well, safety car would be nice for him. Yeah. And my stream has stopped. Refresh please, boy. Changing that front wing when he comes into the pit lane will be definitely top of his priority list as soon as he does so. Oh, I've lost it.
I'm going to lose it, mate. I'm going to lose it, man. Technology just doesn't love us anymore. Right.
No,
see if you can see that. I'm trying something a bit different.
That's better. That's better.
Right. All right, let's get back into it. Ron Hart up 15 spots. Jack West up 11. Duncan 9. Yarno 12 at this stage. Like, these guys are just showing, like, they're not just here for the sake of it. What happened there?
I saw Mercedes get pushed right on to the grass, almost up to the Aramco barriers. Couldn't see who it was, but that was very spicy. That would be how I'd handle it. Get on the grass. You're not getting past me. Hang on, was that specks of rain or is that bit rate?
No, wait, there's rain. There's rain. You're right.
There's rain. Oh,
yes.
Oh, it's gonna be spicy.
Ah, even better.
All right, now definitely Danny Beresne might have tried to weather the storm with that front wing damage. He's going to have to come in now because every ounce of downforce throughout this race is going to be necessary. Two people dive into the pits. Who is that? Who is that? There's a Haas and someone else in the distance.
Yeah,
okay,
Ben Chappell, Kanye, Schluter, Gab, Timbo. That's the guys that are first. And honestly, I think they've nailed this decision because the game.
I would
the race,
argue that's one lap too early, no?
the range can be a bit strange in this game. I've seen it come where the moment you cross the start finish line, it just for the next lap it just gets a lot worse really quick, and then you kind of get caught outside. Like it might be too early, but honestly, at Austria, that might be the play. They might genuinely gain like 3-4 seconds advantage.
You can see the rear end on some of those cars slipping out there, but I don't think the crossover is now. Towards the end of this lap, I reckon might be the perfect time to come in. As you said before, this is the shortest race on the calendar as the rain starts to fall. Even Canada? That's Canada or calendar? I meant calendar. You know what I meant. I reckon if you don't pit this lap, you're going to lose out heavily. And just hope. Oh, look at the Ferraris next to each other. I bet you they're going to double stack, and they are going to hate seeing each other's rear wing and front wing top and tail to each other, as surely everyone's.
I think actually there's a couple of drivers that have stayed out. Otis Lawrence in the McLaren.
Otis staying out.
Yeah, we've also got a couple of cars behind him.
Jarno.
And Jarno.
Ooh, and Levente off the Haas. That is going to be spicy. I guess they just thought, yeah, I'm going to double stack if I don't come in now. Actually, no, hang on. Who was? Yeah, no, he would have definitely double stacked. No, Otis wouldn't have double stacked. No, the other McLaren's already come in.
He must just think it's not. He must just not want to go yet. I mean, you look on his board, as like camera board, as we're looking at it. It doesn't actually look that wet, but it's hard to know, right? It's hard to know. You can see the water on the screen.
Feeling it.
That's when I'm a bit like I'm ready to go in. See when it starts to drip down my screen, I'm like, nah. You can see the slide there. Nah, there, yeah. I
just see the slides. I mean,
you've got
particles turned off, correct? So maybe if you those that actually have particles turned on, it might look a bit worse. As DRS gets enabled, there you go. Sure sign that it is time for inters.
Nope.
I'm very surprised by the top four. I would have ducked in, even if that meant double stacking for the Ferrari there. You're going to lose a bunch of time for that one.
Mate, can I get a new camera angle, please? I'm just looking at this place for too long. Looking... What is it with the weird camera angles? Looking at Ronhar coming out, we have Millen, Meyer, no, he's coming in now. This is like, I feel like this is like Piastri, like Britain sort of vibes. You've now got Ronhar that's already caught up to the guys on the intermediate tyres. Do you know what I mean? They've lost so much time here. Ronhar's going to easily go to the lead.
Time. Yeah, last lap was definitely the optimal lap to come in. It's going to be annoying, but again, rain means, in my opinion, safety cars. So as soon as that safety car comes back around, yes, they'll have one lap fresher tyres, but on a full race distance doesn't always mean that much in terms of tyre wear. If they can just look after their tyres as best as they can, they're still going to, do them better than those that pitted one lap earlier.
Yeah, Jarno 10th. Like, I guess not end of the world. He's very fast, but like, if you're looking at where like Ronhar is, that's a fair few seconds.
Distance,
that's who he's. That's who he thinks he should be fighting with, and I'm sure we would all agree. But we can't write out Duncan Houghlin. Like, we've not seen too much from him recently, but we know he's a massively fast driver. He's so fast. Aston Martin representative as well. He's in third place, 3/10 behind Jack West, who's also doing really good for himself. Elikas is staying up there in fourth, and he's kind of got like surrounded by a lot of the pros. I feel like he could be very happy with his performance here.
Oh, 100%. He's sticking with them. Now there's going to be no DRS though, so that might make them start to eke out a little bit more. And more often than not, when these esports pros get a bit of wet weather, they showcase and flex their muscles a little bit more than the, again, quote unquote, amateurs in this series, because they're still very, very rapid. You don't know, they might be a wet weather specialist. They could absolutely prove me wrong. I could eat my words later on, but right now I feel like the esports drivers might start to swan away with the lack of DRS and just the sheer ability to adapt to these conditions, just as any professional you would expect could.
Yeah, totally. Like, it really is a separator, right? Because a lot of the game, when you're on, especially the time trial mode, it's kind of set to more of a dry thing. So wet weather practice isn't really as rare. It is as common as you would think. So it's really as who has kind of put the effort in. Jarno getting into 9th, by the way, getting in front of Savagna, and also Otis Lawrence into 5th place. But again, Otis 3 odd seconds behind that lead pack that are kind of becoming in a league of their own. Top 4, they're going to have to kind of pull it out at this point, right? 17 laps. We have got a long way to go, but it's not looking like I'm going to see a safety car here. I feel like all of the overtakes that we're seeing are just in really nice conventional places.
Yeah, which is obviously great for all the cars staying within the race. But as a viewer,
Ooh,
you know, sometimes you do
ooh.
kind of want a safety. What am I not
No,
seeing?
I'm booing at the fact that we don't have a safety car.
Oh,
Like,
boo!
boo! Like, stop being so clean. Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Via Gabber with a 3-second time penalty, that's gonna hurt him. But as we see 4 drivers with it now, so like it might end up with a few more. Jack, look at Jack. He's actually maybe he's going for it, taking the lead of the race off Ron Har, who's not really fighting it. He's kind of just happy to stay behind, but he doesn't want to get slowed down. He probably got slowed down a little bit there. Duncan right behind him.
He definitely did, but that's only because Jack West very cleverly parked it on the apex, on the instep of the corner on it, and did very well to keep Ron Har behind. Because Ron Har's now being pressured by Duncan Hoffman.
Yeah.
I reckon Duncan might.
All right, we lost that.
Turn 1, very, very spicy.
We lost you for a second, and it just went like.
Oh, did you? Oh no!
I'm sure it
Oh,
was.
was on a good little.
Mate,
run
I'm
there.
sure it was beautiful. I'm sure it was.
It was the best news commentary you've ever heard.
Ron Hard second, Hoffman third, Valentin fourth. He's doing great. Otis is actually getting that down. The last time I looked, it was about 3.5 seconds between 5th and 4th. It's now to about 2.8. So I guess if these guys kind of just keep slowing each other down, maybe you could see Lawrence and Pukey and maybe Eisner. I don't know. He looks like he's struggling a little bit, but still competitive enough. Jarno getting nearly there to Leventi Bensi. He's going to have to just try and make a move. Like, he's obviously done the wrong strategy so far. He kind of needs to get back up into that top 5 and just kind of show everyone what he's made of, I guess.
No, 100%. I'm just looking at the gap of Otis Lawrence to the front pack. And last lap, he lost a little bit, but this lap, all of a sudden, he's gained about 0.5 in the space of, well, half a lap, really. He's doing quite nicely to catch back up to this front leading pack. Although saying that, all of a sudden, there's a stagnant little section through Sector 2, and it hasn't changed at all. 2.3 to the back of Elekes. Again, sorry if I've mispronounced any of these names. I'm trying my best. But he is making moves, trying to make a little bit of a dent on that. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was a good exit from Motorset. 0.3 in one corner alone. Great up the start-finish straight for this top point. Hello.
You get there.
Did you lose me there, or did I lose you?
No, you're just waffling now.
I am waffling now because I thought, hang on, you lost me for a second. Sorry, it's a very laggy on my end, but we're keeping pressing, keeping moving. No worries, no worries. Otis Lawrence almost breaking that 2 seconds to the front pack ahead, and it's very, very spicy. Thomas Ronhar back into P1. Like I said, he was going to make that move. I thought Duncan was going to try and put a bit of pressure on, but maybe he's trying to conserve his tyres. Who knows?
Yeah, Jarno into 8th now, gets in front of Leventi. Next stop, Eisner, and then he's got a bit of work to do to get back up to his friend Pukey. Otis 1.7. Mate, this guy's fast. Okay, this guy's fast. I've seen some amazing things from Otis Lawrence. I've also seen a bit of anger at sometimes, especially we had a round last season, and where him and Ron Har just kind of got into it and literally just started taking each other out like me and you would in a Creator Series race, do you know what I mean? Where I actually just went for it and it was kind of banging. So, you know, obviously they take this league seriously, but sometimes if it's not the F1 Sim Esports, sometimes you can get a little bit more sort of just in the moment passions and, you know, a bit of like, nah, mate, you're not going to dive bomb me like that, you know?
Kept waiting for another little insult for you to throw at me then. You've got to let some of these incidents go, my guy. But Otis Lawrence is really starting to put the burners on. That last corner out of Sector 3 onto the start-finish straight, he has made his own.
Honestly, can the technology just work?
Glorious to
please?
see. I'd love to get out my notepad and just take a little bit of notes about how he's taken that in the rain, because he's doing very well on that one corner alone. He's keeping about the same in all of them, but that last corner, whew, beautiful.
Yeah, he's doing well. I also think these 4 are slowing each other down a little bit as well. Like a bit like Otis will not be complaining about that. It's about to become a 5-car train. The rain doesn't look crazy bad, okay? It doesn't look crazy bad, but what I'm thinking is probably maybe 10. I wouldn't imagine this staying the full race, so we're going to get dry back. So it's going to be whether they need to pit for intermediates again, or whether they're just going to keep going. Tire-wise, how long have we been out? We've been out like 6-7 laps in these intermediates. That's not too long. They've got a long way to go.
Got a long way to go, and I just caught the end of that there. Was you saying that this isn't going to be a wet race for the entirety, or is it a matter of we'll wait and see?
I don't know. Yeah, it's...
Don't
yeah.
know. Okay.
It's basically all up in the air. It's custom weather. We don't know how it's going to go. I don't even know if the drivers know how it's going to go. Jarno into 7th place, by the way. Now it's sort of his grind time. He's 2.9 behind Isvan Pukki. He probably thinks he can get there. We're just going to have to kind of watch him in the next 10 laps and see what he can do. Very fast driver. Currently driving the Alpine car. I'm sure you must have seen the news recently, Adam, obviously, that he parted ways with Mercedes. And everyone's kind of wondering where he's going to go. There's rumours of him going to Red Bull with Freddie, which could be incredible. But again, like the actual driver market in real life, who knows until it's announced, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, talking about something else though, the look at the Williams. He's now out of last place, back up to P19.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see that overtake happen. I was busy looking at the gap between Otis and the top 4, but he's now caught up with them. He's now top 5 leading pack. And yes, you're right in saying, again, I think I got cut out when you were saying it. They were holding each other up quite a bit, but Otis still don't take away from that last corner. I bet he might use that to his advantage. If he does the same last corner as he did for the previous laps, which by the looks of it, he might get a good run up to turn 1. He might play it smart and keep behind it, but we'll wait and see for that one. But yeah, that Williams out into P19 rather than P20 must feel good for him.
That must, yeah. Good on him. Senegratsky. He does have that time penalty though, so that'll kind of screw him up a bit. But anyway, Ron Parr back into the lead, all switching about. Otis has now joined us right at the back. Oh, he was nearly going for it there. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, Elikas was just like shutting the door there. Nope, you're not getting it. Jack West into second. Yeah, that's getting spicy. That. Let's jump on with Otis as it comes into turn 4.
Look at his battery. He is burning quite heavily, but shut the door from the Visa Cash App RB. Trying to go around the outside, just trying to keep it on track at this point, though. I don't think it's wise to go for a move up the inside, and I think Otis will probably agree. Tuck it. Oh, no, he's gone for it. He's gone for it. On the inside. Go on, put me in the gravel. No, he's done a good job. Sorry, just talking how I would drive right about now. He's done a great job keeping that clean. I think, I say clean, there's a little bit of contact, but they all made it out on the other side. They just keep swapping places, P1 to P5, and I think they're just going to try and pull away as best they can. But if they keep fighting, you're soon going to find the likes of Pukki, Otmir, Eisner fall into the back of that and become a top 1 to 7 rather than top 1 to 5.
Right, because Isvan Pukki's caught up about a second. Jarno's nearly at a second as well. Like, they are slowing each other down. This could very well become a 7-car train soon, and if they don't just kind of pull it out. By the way, our guy Senegratsky got another time penalty. He's just having one of those races, man. I hate to see it, but, like, fair play. He'll be back.
It is easily done. Sometimes on the entries to some of these corners around Austria, you try to open up the corner as best you can by getting on the curb, getting onto the left-hand curb, like almost cheesing it, but the game can sometimes punish you for that. They're thinking, you're pushing it a bit too far. Don't try your luck. Have a warning. And maybe they did that a bit too much. Obviously, we didn't see what corner it was on, but yeah, maybe pushing his luck a little bit too much there, Senegratsky.
Yeah, definitely. Bensi and Eisner, getting very close there around that right-hander. The kit car's just going to have to stay behind for now, but Levente Bensi is like, no, mate, I ain't giving any more spots. He got overtaken by Jarno, who's already 2 seconds ahead of him. How bang is that?
Tokyo Drift, you see that?
Mate.
Did you see that? Ben Snake with the Tokyo Drift going through that sector for one of the first corners in Sector 3. It was beautiful to see. It's not the quickest. It does ruin your tyres, but my God, does it look cool.
Mate, we need that.
Yeah.
Balint is actually struggling. He's a tiny bit. Like, I'm seeing him. He's in DRS zone. So like, if it dried soon, he might get a bit of boost. But you can see, look, there's a bit of a gap going to that 5th place. Oh wait, he's going for that, right? He's going for that. He's going on the outside. Oh, tried to switch back. Little bit of damage. Doesn't get it done, Adam.
Was that damage or was that just the sparks? Because obviously, like you said, we're on reduce. They can afford to have a little bit of argy-bargy as and when they need to. Is that coming up to a lapped car? Am I right? No, that's Ronha. Sorry. How dare I? I just thought he was...
Look at that. That was like 3 wide. That was so unnecessary, man. Isvan Pukki's already broke that 2-second barrier now. What are they doing?
That's what I mean. Balin was falling off the back, but all this fighting is just allowing him to come straight back into it. I think Jarno is by himself right now, as the chat is rightfully agreeing. He's just thinking, yeah, I'll run my race. I'll preserve these tyres. I'll let them fight up ahead. I'll let them keep going at it. Because the racecraft right now, I think they're just going hammer and tong with it. They're trying to get as much damage to the other person as possible. Not car damage, but race damage in terms of trying to get ahead. Not too worried about falling back to make it a 1-7 train. Just trying to get one up over each other. And like you said, this is what makes this makes this series quite great. You've got these F1 esports sim racing drivers, professionals, going up against those who just want to be there for the kudos at times, I bet, because that's exactly what I'd be. Too wide into this. Oh, I thought it was going to be contact there. Everyone's still got a front wing. I don't know how they've done it. I wouldn't have.
No chance, mate. Otis Lawrence, I feel like since he's got in, he's just kind of like upset everyone. Like, do you know what I mean? He's kind of started fighting, and everyone started fighting since. He's found Pookie 1.5, 1.4 seconds behind now. Thomas Ronhar's 9/10 ahead, mate. He's actually loving this, mate. He's about to go flying. Duncan, Jack, and Otis, and Belin to an extent, are just slowing each other down, and he's found Pookie nearly under a second. And do you know what he's doing? He's bringing Yarno with him as well. Yarno is 3 seconds off this train, so when it dries, and if he can get that DRS, get back there, like, he could still win this easy.
On your screen, is it raining still? I can't tell.
Yes.
It is still raining. Okay, cool. So then that probably means that we at least got another 5 or so laps of this rain. And if Jarno's done as good of a job as I assume he has done, looking there, trying to look out for his tyres, trying to cool the engine down a little bit. I say cool the engine down. He got to the middle of the track, not for that, because he's not got a car that he's following too closely. But he's cooling his tyres, looking after them as best he can, and just waiting for that front pack to come to him. As Otis Lawrence tries to go around the outside of the Williams of Jack West, gets squeezed a little bit. That sausage curb in the wet is lethal. Well, it's lethal in the dry as well, but when it's got a little bit of water on it, it can spit you out any which way. So I bet he's glad he didn't put the throttle down too heavily there. Oh, Jack! Oh, onto the gravel. Oh, that's a bit close for comfort. Love it.
I was gonna be raging at that one. I knew that was coming. That's why I stayed on the camera angle. I was like, mate, he's gonna go in deep there. He's going to do an Adam Sanderson, and he did, and he pulled it off. And look at Jack, Duncan, and Ronhard. They're like a bit gone now, or at least Ronhard and Hofflin are gone now from Jack West. 1.2 seconds, and it's still raining on my screen, but it definitely looks like we might be slowly getting back to a sort of dry. But they are starting to slide a lot, so I'm thinking tire wear might actually be a bit rough soon.
Is there any? Can you pull up how long they've been on these intermediate tyres? I'd love to see how long roughly we've been going for. 12, 13 laps. Okay, they might feel it now. They are starting to maybe go off a little bit, but if they've looked after their tyres, as I'm sure quite a lot of them, especially Jarno in that open air, would have done, definitely still got enough grip to make spectacular dive bombs as the the RB is doing so. The Visa Cash Up RB, apologies. Otis trying to capitalise as well. I think Otis is just there to cause a bit of carnage. I absolutely love it.
Mate, it's banging, isn't it? And Elikus, like, is in the podium again. Like, look at this, he's banging. He's just like, mate, even though I might not be one of the pros, I'm going for this. FVR, we know, is a very, very good organisation with fast drivers. Look at this. This is banging, mate. They're just going for it. Yeah, they don't care about the DRS train. They don't care that Ron Hart's going and win this easily at this rate. They just want to have some fun. And you know what? I love that. He's
look down at...
Sorry, he's caught up.
Yeah, and so is Jarno back into 0.8 onto the back of that. So it's not a 1-7 train. It's now hang on, it's a P4 to P7 train. By the way, Shenegratsky just gone up to P18 on the Red Bull. Love to see it. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now on to Timbo. You've got 16.5 seconds, but you can get that. I believe in you, dude.
One safety car. That's all we need is one safety car. It'll let guys like that, Zenegratsky, Timbo, Gab, Mark, Milan Meyer, who I'm surprised to see down there, maybe got a bit of damage or something. I'm surprised to see Ferrari struggling so much. Maybe it's just a real life thing. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. It might just be the Ferraris love to gravitate towards each other. We see it in real life as a lot, don't we? Sainz and Leclerc are often quite close to each other. Won't see that next year, though. Different cars, which is going to be a very spicy one. It's very, very spicy.
I still find it mad that Sainz went to Williams. I still find that absolutely mad, but I guess they had like nowhere else to go. And obviously we now know that Mercedes have taken Kimi, so I guess I thought he'd go there, but...
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him in the Red Bull, to be fair, but by the sounds of it, they're trying to stick true for Perez for the end of the year, see what happens, and make their decisions as the closing stages reach. I would have loved to have seen it, Verstappen and Sainz. That would have been a spicy battle. But I'm still holding out hope for Ricardo going there. But that's just me. That's just me.
I'm with you as well. Even though a lot of people don't like him, I kind of want to see him there. It's like, of course, Red Bull kept Perez. I literally made a song assuming that Perez was going to get kicked out in the mid-season break. The moment I put the song up, Red Bull came out and said they were keeping Perez. I was like, well, that's now redundant.
Love a bit of self-promo, but I'm all here for it. Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Devin Butler. Like, Thomas and Duncan, they're just kind of playing smart now. 2.6 seconds.
Yeah.
Belinda's trying, but like, unless Thomas and Duncan start fighting soon, oh mate, it's getting drier. It's still raining, but it's getting drier.
Is it just a dry line is forming? Oh, bit of contact. No damage though. No damage. Just a little bit of a boost out of the corner. Wouldn't say a bump draft because. Does that happen in the corner? Yeah, probably not. A little bit of a boost, and he's going to be saying, "Thank you very much. No damage. I will take that any day of the week." How far are we before someone gets lapped here? Still quite a way away. I don't know if it will happen too much, especially if the next round of pit stops happen. Am I right in saying there's no more rain?
It looks now. Also, you would know about getting lapped. There does look to be quite dry.
Everyone, mate. I'm going to cut you off right there. Wave your blue flag just for yourself. Wave me through. Beautiful. Carry on. What's she saying?
The day I got lapped by you, the days I retire. Danny Berezny into 11th. They're also kind of swapping down here as well. Ron Hart, Hoffland 3 seconds behind. Eisner has had a little issue. Maybe no, he's into the pits. So he's the first. He's going to go into the softs. Let's just double check he does that. Oh, we're going nearly three wide again with Jack and Balint, who's like not giving up, and Otis Lawrence just gets through. That was banging.
Thank you very much. I will take that. How many was that? Like 2 overtakes in one corner, maybe 3. I wasn't sure where he came into that corner. That is beautiful. Otis is going to stick it around the inside. Go on, push him off like he pushed you off. You know you want to. Oh, he did it! Oh, what a legend! Yes! What a legend! Jack West falls to P7 just behind Jarno. Again, nothing against any of these drivers. Just, you know, you got to dish it out. You got to take it. You know, it's only fair.
That's banging, mate. I can't believe that. Oh, like, that's me. As long as you don't absolutely destroy someone, you got to get your elbows out sometimes a little if people are pushing you about. Do you know what I mean? I need to do that with you.
Oh, get off it. Let it go.
Yeah, I'll never let it go. Okay, that was close. That was close. Let's see who's at the pits. Lawrence.
That was close, but that should be a warning or a penalty of some sort. But they're not going to get it because the game doesn't award it for that. It should do, but it's not going to. In real life, you get slapped with one right there. But who was that? Was that one of the Visa Cash Up RBs?
I think so. I think it was Balint. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
So we can see tires. Elikis on the hards, Otis and West on the mediums. Again, I'm noticing Jarno. Is that, Jarno stayed out again a bit longer than I would have expected. You know, that's the second time. Ron Harwell, 3 seconds. Oh, he's going to be. He's going to be raging. Jarno into third.
He's going to be raging. That's going to be big. Jarno's into third. Again, I think he's just stayed out a tiny bit. Again, you can't feel it. You don't know. By the looks of it, the visuals and how it feels can be 2 completely different things. But maybe stayed out 1 lap too long. Maybe he's ruining the fact that he looked after his tyres for so long and now not been able to use them to their full extent as we get more argy-bargy. That corner has been spectacular. Turn 4 for overtakes has been absolutely class.
As all the intermediate guys are coming into the pits, obviously, this Jack West, Elikis, and Lawrence thing, this is getting a little bit spicy, and I'm so here for it. Elikis has decided to go into the hard tires, which, honestly, the way this game goes, like, I feel like tires just last forever. Could actually last to the end. Wait, is Duncan? No. I thought there was overtakes in the pits, but you can see Ron Hart and Hoffland coming out of the pit. Wait a minute. Wait. How did they? Oh, mate, they're still got such a lead. That wasn't an. I thought they were too late doing it. They've actually nailed it. They've nailed it. Jarno's now actual third.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Staying at 1 lap too long can be so detrimental to your race. It's not that detrimental around here because, like we said, it's a very short circuit, very short lap. Ghosting. Is that a lapped car, or is that the fact that they had contact, lost it on the rear, and the game was like, yeah, have a bit of ghost for you, don't cause any carnage. But he could use that to his advantage and just ghost through everyone right now. That could be. He's done it. That's what I mean. Ghosting in this game can sometimes work to your advantage if you just time it right. Get a bit of ghosting, through you go.
Man, this is getting spicy. This is getting spicy. This is like prime us, mate. This is banging. So Otis Lawrence, I feel like he's got a bit of spice in him. Berlin just used that phenomenally, but Jarno is 5 seconds ahead of them in hard like, I don't know how this happened. I'm like legit, I've been watching the same race as everyone else, and I feel like these 3 drivers have literally just like found 10 seconds. Like, what happened? It couldn't have been that bad. The 1 lap, right?
By the looks of it, obviously has been. They haven't been battling as they were going through the pits. They weren't. I didn't think they were held up too much in the pits. So yeah, 1 lap extra has really cost them. Ferrari setting the fastest lap. Where is Milan at P13 at the minute? 2 lap hards. But he must have been burning on that one.
And Istvan Pukki getting in the mids as well. Such a fast driver in the Red Bull as well. Oh, a little bit of locking up there. Danny Berezny getting into 8th place as well, showing us all that he's actually coming back. Right, he's won this whole event before, and he could definitely do it again. It's not someone to count out. We're lap 34 to 71, so like we've still got. Oh, as we have a driver leaving the session, will he be done? Will he be done by that bug? That, you know, sometimes it kind of kicks you and it might DNF him, so we'll see what happens there.
Into the pit, hopefully not, and cause not a safety car, but just cause your car to retire when we're to get back in. That would be a shame if that does happen, because he's been running a very good race so far in the Kick Sauber, racing on the Xbox. The only one in this lobby racing on the Xbox. I wonder how that's playing into him.
Interesting. Hofflin into the lead now. Gets the move done on Ron Hart. They're just, I think they've both realised they've got Jarno like 6 seconds behind, and they kind of need to move. Oh, it's getting a bit spicy here, actually. Look, mate, this pack, man, every lap, they're just going for it, and they're literally just giving Duncan and Thomas this race. Unless it's a safety car, I don't see how this goes any other way now.
This is, I mean, it's making great content. It's a great watch. But the inside almost went straight in and T-boned Otis, but didn't. Oh, my word. That could have been fatal. Oh, that would have been a good watch. But unfortunately, not enough to cause a safety or anything to bring this pack back together. Just enough to cause a bit of ghosting. Trying to use it to their advantage, but currently just sitting within the Visa Cash Out, which is a very interesting strat. Maybe getting a bit of slipstream. I wonder when the slipstream actually starts. You have to be behind or just behind the center of mass. Who knows? I don't. But this pack right now is just destroying their own race. If there is no safety car, they're going to look back and go, oh, that was a bit silly, wasn't it? As the top 2 are just DRS swapping to get further and further away.
That was a lap car. We're nearly there. That's going to be very hard if there's safety cars and stuff now. Jarno getting into 3rd. Wants to get away from the 2 of them. Going to fight it. Will Jack West send it again? No, he doesn't. Otis getting to 4th. Pukki into 5th. Jack West still in 7th behind. And still ghosted through another car. They're just going to spend the rest of the race like that. And Otis getting involved in some fights. But Jarno's now getting in front of them. See if he can try and get away. Like 5.7 behind Duncan. Like, that is a lot to make up.
I would love to know how much battery Jarno has saved throughout all of this, because maybe he can burn to drop them. But I get Otis would probably just go with him at this point.
50%.
50%. Okay. Well, setting the middle sector alight with the purple sector. Maybe he is trying to burn and get away a little bit. Otis has a bit more battery. He's not going to let him disappear anytime soon unless the mistake is made, or unless this battling continues and that Red Bull T-bones him. I wouldn't put it off the cards right now.
Yeah, you can see Berlin, he's kind of low on it. He'll be struggling a bit more as Duncan and Thomas are doing their thing. Are they going to fight? No, see, look at that. You might call it boring, but that's safe. That's smart. Yeah. That's safe. As Lawrence gets in front of Jarno, they will be hoping to try and do the same thing. It might actually work because everyone seems to be settling down a bit. They might just want to use Otis and Jarno to carry everyone up.
Into this turn 4, we are going to see some more moves happening as you cut away at the right. Maybe not. Maybe not. Every lap it's happened, other than the one that I say. Gotta love it.
Oh, we'll see. I've lost Adam's voice again, but hopefully he'll be back in a little second. Yeah, you're right. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
You got it again.
Oh, for the love of God.
Man, what a night. I literally, when you stream, you never have issues. When I stream, I never have issues. Obviously, the one night we do it together, boom, issues.
Yeah, it's that Scottish internet causing trouble.
Oh, here it is. yeah, mister, I come from London and I got a nice education.
Sorry, I mentioned nothing about education right there. But I did, I appreciate it, thank you. Oh dear.
Mate, we're
Right,
never going to
well,
be asked to do this again. Never.
we'll never get invited back. No. Is that who's ghosted there? Oh, coming up to P20. Someone's about to get lapped. But I wouldn't say that's that
Ooh.
embarrassing. It's halfway through the lap, the race distance,
Yeah.
and I think there was a bit of damage that was sustained throughout the early phases. Going up against these professionals, man, you're gonna have some form of closing speed. You're gonna get lapped at some point or another. It's just how long can you hold it off for, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yourself, you'd probably be lapped about 5 times. So exactly, it's not that embarrassing right now, is it? It happens.
Oh, mate, he's getting his. He's getting. Anyway, spoiler. He's getting his nails out. Right. Okay. Like, see, here's the thing. Like, I'd done an event once with Shanaka Clay. Sharnika actually is. He's told me that's how you say his name. And like I saw it. I kind of we got some of the content creators and we had Gillen and stuff. This was before we kind of knew each other, and he absolutely destroyed every single one of the content creators by insane amounts. It's almost like they glide as Jarno gets back into third there, just in that DRS straight. It's almost like they just glide through the corners. It's this sort of minimum corner speed that they just seem to have absolutely mastered, and it really makes the difference.
Absolutely does. And as you can see, Ron Hart and Hofflin working together out front. They are cooking. They are pulling away. They're working much better together than Jarno and Otis. I think the rest of the pack from P3 to P7 have realised they've got to work together or else their race is over. No one's really causing any safety cars. They were sending audacious lunges, but they weren't causing any safety cars. It's very hard around here because obviously the barriers are so far away from the track surface, and sometimes in this game they don't like to throw safeties unless, I don't know, it's like a 5-car pile-up. I'm not sure what the safety car settings are on. Maybe they're on increased, maybe it might be a bit more prone to happening, but if they're just on standard, then you'll be lucky to get one as this race merges through the middle sector, not to the closing stages just yet. But yeah, 6.2, they're ever so slowly creeping out a gap. 0.3 roughly that lap. Otis and Jarno got to pull something out of the bag.
Yeah, no, you can see them all trying. I think they're all sort of scarred out of their fight and realised that it's not went well for them at all. Even Berezny could have a chance one day to try and get back up. He's 4.5 seconds behind that pack. Maybe we'll see. But you're right, like they're not really gaining on Duncan and Thomas. They're just not being slowed down by lap cars at all. Getting through everyone easy. Lap 40 of 71, like it's going to take a special thing to get a safety car at this point. So like, honestly, I think they've already ruined the day of the amazing fighting that they were giving us. But to be honest, we kind of needed that in the race. So I thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, they might have actually ruined their tires. Well, damaged their tires. They wouldn't have ruined them. They're too good to ruin their tires with a little battling. As we see the Ferrari of Milan there make it up to P12 out of P13 ahead of the Haas, the shared engine manufacturer there. But yeah, Duncan, Thomas, just soaring right now. 0.5 that lap. Look at that.
Oh, definitely. Jarno back into the lead. Him and Otis are switching at the same bit every lap, just trying to get by. But look, 6.1. They're not gaining. They've slowed down the gap a little bit, but they're not gaining. Jack West. I think Jack West might have got a bit of damage. See when that. Oh, we have a yellow. Yeah, we have a yellow car. Yeah. Yellow flag. Come on, give us it. Give us that. No.
Oh, that's your friend. No, your friend. No. Who was that?
I don't know. It was
No, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Zena? It was Zena Gratsky. No. No,
there's so many blues on the map now that I don't know which blue is what. It's very confusing. But yeah, your buddy Zena Gratsky.
I love saying his name. I'm sure he's such a nice person. This race just hasn't went well. Like, let's be honest. Like, if we were in this lobby, that's us right now. That's, you know what I mean? That's us, right?
You can put yourself down, but don't put me down with you.
Here he goes. All right. Alright, Jarno fastest lap.
We gained on the top 2 in that lap. Interesting. Maybe there might have been some corner they messed up that we didn't see on stream, or Jarno just absolutely battery dumped.
DRS.
Who knows?
He's maybe got DRS from that lapped car.
Oh, yes, he has. Yes.
So there you go.
McLaren connection.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be good. So as you can see, like 5.5 seconds behind them now, which is kind of banging. At that rate, it'd take them 10 laps, and they could actually be there. Obviously, they won't get DRS anymore. I think there's maybe one more car, the Red Bull, that he might be Yeah, he's approaching the Red Bull, so he'll get one more go at this. And maybe can gain a few tenths on that as well. But he's certainly looking fast.
He's looking fast, and even in that sector where he didn't have DRS just then, he just gained 0.2. It is not off the table just yet for a Jarno masterclass, but I would be very surprised if Ronha and Hofland get beaten here, because they have the ability to just conserve their tyres. They're not fighting. They are racing. Oh my god, they almost caused damage on themselves. What's going on there, lads? Come on, work together. Play it clever. There we go.
Of course he covers up the DRS, ERS so that we can't see it. Of course he does. That's terrible. Because he's flashing, and I don't know. Oh, he went a bit wide there. I don't know if that means, you know, how with the new ERS mode, I'm sure everyone's been told a million times in the game about the new ERS modes, whether you can change it to a hot lap, middle, or medium, sorry, or no lap. And it's quite insane. I sometimes think it's maybe a bit too overpowered, just how easily it is to gain it back. But you can gain 40-50% each lap quite easily.
You say overpowered, but I've also got nothing to compare it to. Like, I've not driven an F1 car to know how quickly the battery does actually regenerate in real terms. Oh, bit of squirrely on the exit for Milan there. Trying to get back past the house. So, got another job to do to get back to his position that he was in just a second ago. Didn't actually see what happened.
No!
Oh, wait.
It's in the pit lane.
Oh, doing so well. Genuinely, that wasn't me being sarcastic. Just had that early incident that caused him to come in, change his wing. That's a shame. I guess maybe they're thinking probably wouldn't be any safety cars in this race, so just calling it quits early, which is always a shame to see.
As he'll be absolutely raging if there's a crash in a couple of laps. But like she's probably right, or they might have like floor and body damage, so that even if there was a safety car, it was the point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, hit the game is on that glitch where the car gets brought back out onto track. So I don't understand that one, but you know, we keep going. This game has its bugs, but it is a great game to watch and race in. Besides those little instances, yeah, look at it, just stopping. Oh wait, hang on, another. Wait. Was that coming together? I think there's a little coming.
It was either that, or it was maybe a lapped car's letting someone by. Because I don't see any chaos back at the pack either, so yeah, I'm not too sure there.
I don't know why they would have let them go, because they've looked to have got the ghosting on, so that when you do get lapped, you just go straight through them. So I don't know why they would pull over. Strange, but we move. There's no more safeties. Well, there's not a safety car off the back of that, which is a shame. I'd have liked to see a bit of a pack regrouping. But
of course, David Butler wants to see a safety car.
I want carnage. Carnage makes great viewing. Go on, someone T-bone someone else.
Right, go on, you need to go bribe someone. Right, Jarno into third, Istvan Pukki into fourth as well. Otis drops back 2 positions, then he now wants to get involved in this DRS train. It's really, we're kind of just waiting to get to a bit near the end of the race. Let's look at tyres again. Like, the medium guys on 13 laps, they can definitely go a lot longer. Hard guys could easily be looking to go to the end.
Oh, 100%. I'm just wondering, maybe the hards probably feel a little bit better than the mediums at this point. Maybe it's that little crossover period, but interesting to see that Pukki's got involved in the Otis and Jarno DRS swap there, because I think it's not the smartest racecraft, because now look, Jarno's 5.8 behind Duncan. They were slowly but surely closing down that gap, and I think Pukki getting involved might have stopped one of those Otis swaps for DRS. I haven't got anyone's POV up at the minute, so I can't tell you for absolute certainty, but maybe they might look at that back and go, maybe shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, Duncan back in. Bertolin Savagna, 3-second time penalty, joined the club, and we have quite a lot of drivers with that. Istvan Pukki into third now. He's really getting involved in that, but as you say, like, it nearly was at the 5-second mark. Now we're back up to the 6-second. Yeah. Otis getting a little bit wide there.
It's kicking off again.
Yeah, let's go, mate. We still got like 20 on laps. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Who's going to keep it? He's going for it.
Oh, no. In the gravel. Oh, almost. And see the guy on the inside of the cockpit put his hand up. Did you see how little battery Otis had then? Basically under 10%. He's recharging now, but a little bit silly. This racecraft from P3 to P6, I guess maybe they're probably thinking, you know what, we're not going to get P1, P2. Let's battle it out amongst ourselves. But maybe I would be tempted to wait it out a little bit longer. Sometimes impatience can ruin your race. This might be something to look back on and think, not the best of ideas.
That's mad because like, Otis is now at the back of the train, right? He was at the front as Thomas is getting back into the lead of the race. These guys are actually just I know it might be a bit of boring on their ends, but like they're just nailing it, right? They've rarely slowed each other down at all. Jarno, Istvan, it's making the switch again. Jarno like 6.1, like now he's 6.2. Like we know he's fast, but at the end of the day, 6 seconds between some of the top drivers in the world is almost insurmountable because they're just so good.
Yeah. It's insurmountable, especially around here, because DRS plays a massive part on it. Here, and Spa especially as well, those kind of tracks, if you're not in a DRS train, or Australia as well even, did that in Creative Series last week. Yeah, if you're not in DRS train, you're gone, no matter how fast you are, especially when you've got equal performance around the circuit, equal performance in terms of car performance and also ability of driver. Yeah, I don't see how that 6.3 seconds is going to start climbing rising down. That makes sense. Yeah. Falling down.
The main thing being skill of the driver, and what you said there, that was the main thing that I took from that. Obviously,
I don't know if Otis is struggling with mediums. So I just got a question in chat. Otis suffering on mediums. I don't think it's that time where the mediums are going to start suffering too much. Give it another like 5 or so laps. Maybe they might start feeling it. As we get Jay Long in chat say someone crash already. You know what? I agree. I love carnage. I would love to see a safety car, but everyone's being way too clean. Apart from those that have obviously the corner cutting warnings and leading up to 3 and 6 seconds. Someone send an audacious lunge. Give us a clip. Give us a safety, and let us have a soft to the end session. Come on, bring it on.
I feel like Milan Meyer and Mark Schluter have just been going for this every lap as well. Like, they've got a long... Oh, something happened! What was that? It's Mark, he absolutely just lost it there. Going to try and get the position back from Milan. Gets it done, but Milan, I'm going to go with Milan, is not giving it up at all. Give me another camera angle, please. Let's go. I'm just looking at weird camera angles and cars. Adam, what is this?
This is what we want to see, wheel to wheel. What they want to really kind of do is get back into the top 10 and get some points. Because this is great to be in the broadcast, get us talking about them, bit of bragging rights, sure. But if they were going to be smart about it, they got 21 laps. And if they actually were to work to get... Oh, Danny Berezne is falling down the order. What's going on there? Oh, he's in the pits. He's in the pit. That's got to be soft. Mediums or softs? Mediums. Okay, cool. Mediums to the end for Danny Berezne. I mean... That might be a sign to say the mediums weren't as good as what I was blabbering on about. What do I know? I'm only commentating. As he gets put in the pack with who we were just on board with, Milan and Schluter. This is going to get spicy. Oh, okay, I was going to say, probably should have backed off there. Let Danny pull them along on those fresh mediums. Use the DRS to stay with them. This is actually... what they need. They need to get back in the top 10. They need to use Danny's ability, Danny's fresh tyres to get back and actually get them some points. Because what they were doing before, yes, it was good. It was good racing, bit for bragging rights. But if you want points in this, you've got to get in the top 10.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm now looking at Otis and Jack, and we'll see if they go. Duncan take the lead again. Again, they're just switching every lap. Nothing crazy going on there. Yeah. But yeah, like Jack and Otis, like on those mediums, 18 laps. Like to me, I was still like should be okay. But I guess maybe they just don't want to use softs. A lot of the times in this game, you just don't use softs anymore in the races. Sometimes the mediums are just banging, and the softs don't last long enough. Oh, Milan Meyer, 3-second time penalty. Uh-oh, that's 6 now.
Silly. 6 seconds. Just try to keep it on the road and keep in DRS. That's all you got to do to get down in the top 10.
Get it done. Yeah. Like, it's easy, right? Like we never get penalties. Like, come on.
No, never. Although you do sometimes get 10 seconds and then 20 seconds and then 36 seconds going into the pit when you've destroyed a pit entry board, causing me to then go and get a 10-second penalty because of your absolute ignorance. I'm just getting thrown here. No, look, the overlays weren't working. I couldn't see the time, and you're just in the bin for getting your own 10-second penalty. Outrageous, Mr. Sanderson. Outrageous. Around Vandervoort, it's hard to know where the pit lane is. I don't know where the pit entry line is. Sorry, but we're getting distracted. Talking. Danny Berezne with the 3 seconds. That's not something I was expecting to see. But he's maybe thinking, I've got fresher tires than everyone up ahead of me. Let's put foot to the floor and just try and optimize the pace out of these tires so that we can jump a few of them. Otis comes in for the pits, coming off of those mediums. How much of a gap is there going to be between Otis and Danny? It's quite a bit of a gap, actually. I thought it was going to be closer than that. Otis on the softs. Eat your words, Scott.
Oh yeah, 20 laps and softs. That seems a lot, but like he's came in after 19 laps on mediums, but he's going to do 20 laps on softs. Do you get what I mean? Like, that's strange to me.
What do you mean? Get what you mean? I'm just going to do a quick little bit of research and roughly around Austria.
I'm guessing 3 seconds.
Did the exact same thing as Danny on those fresh tyres, trying to push it a bit too much. Silly.
I mean, he's throwing it, man. And Ronard's got it as well. Like, Duncan and Yarnold, like, they're the ones, like, especially Duncan. He is the favourite to win. It depends if the heavy, what am I talking about? If the hard tyres, if they're going to last. I would have said yes.
Yeah.
East Van Pookie into third, by the way.
Let me have a quick little look. I've got a little bit of a cheat sheet to tell me just how long each tyre is expected to last. Let me have a little look. I probably should have had this up originally. Oh, hang on. That's not all meant to press. You keep blabbering on.
God, mate, we've got a virtual. We've got a virtual.
What looking? What caused? What happened?
I have no idea. I think it was Eisner at the back. It's hard to see. There's some lap cars. I don't see anyone DNF'd at all. I don't see a safety car out though. I don't.
Any damage either.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling this might, but Shabahageris and Gab are going into the pits. They will definitely get a bit of an advantage here. It looks to be just a virtual safety car, so it will not bring the pack back together, which is a tad unfortunate.
Otis and Danny are kicking themselves right now.
Yeah. Oh,
they came in.
Oh, Thomas.
Way too
Mate,
long.
look at that. They're getting such a good advantage.
They're getting such an advantage.
That's banging.
Unless a huge bottle happens, Thomas and Duncan are going to just fly away with it. Oh, Jarno stays out.
Mate, he's going against every strategy call that I would have made today, but I guess that's why he's him and I'm me. But basically every decision he's made today, I would have done the opposite, right?
Maybe he's thinking he can work with Elekes and use that DRS to his advantage, but it should be quite close. You're looking at how far are they behind now? Thomas behind them? Must be
let's take a look.
6 seconds.
It's not quite updated yet, but yeah, no, it's definitely not. Like, he's right there. Like, yeah, it's about 4 seconds. For some reason, it's not updated, but yeah, about 4.
It is not, and I don't know why not. That 3-second penalty is not looking too bad at this point. You've got fresh softs. Oh, hang on, I just can't see any intervals now. Yeah, still saying it's neck and neck. That's not true. We know that's not true.
Yeah.
Roughly around about 4 seconds. That's gonna. Yeah, even with the DRS train of Jarno and Elekes, can't pull away that much with the fresh softs compared to the used hards.
Man, that's mad. I can't believe. I genuinely, like, I wonder who wins this now. I really do. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like Ronhar could easily be in contention, but obviously with that 3-second time penalty. Hoping that once everyone crosses the lap, it might just update itself naturally, because it's definitely... Yes, 4.6 seconds behind, but he has soft tires, which in this track are going to be so good. But again, he's got like 16 laps to sort of 17. Oh, 105.2. Fast, but not super fast yet.
Not super fast yet. I'm just looking at my little cheat sheet. And from what I'm... oh, hang on. No. Oh, damn it. I was going to sound super smart there. The guy with all the knowledge. What you're looking... Well, the hards technically can last for 70 laps if you've got good tire management, according to this little knowledge sheet that I had prepared earlier. So it's not going to cause a puncture for Jarno and Elekes at the end, but it's not going to be ideal. They're going to be quite slow. But what I'm looking at as well, the softs, you can only really expect them to be good for about 10 laps.
Oh, all right. So I guess an esports professional would probably, you're thinking maybe 14 laps,
that out,
you know? That kind of thing.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, we're going racing, boys. Let's do it. Duncan with the fastest lap into the 104s. Belent Elikus, I think, is absolutely doing incredible, to be honest, to be up here at this stage. And then we might not be as familiar with as Jarno and Thomas and Duncan, etc. Absolutely nailing it, showing that he has every right to be up there.
Yeah, look, that last lap alone, I think they've gained about 1 second Ron Hart on the back of Opmir there.
Wow.
This is I don't know why Jarno and Co didn't pit. That seems a bit silly to me.
Because, like, obviously, well, because they had the virtual safety car. Like, it's not like it's not like they were at the wrong part of the track. They were going through the pit, the sort of start finish straight. They could have saved about 10 seconds of a pit stop there. That's mad.
Yeah, they could have saved a hell of a lot of time. I
Look at
mean,
this.
I guess maybe when the softs start to die off towards the end of the race, maybe we might see them claw their way back in.
Maybe.
Could happen, but it's gonna be an interesting end to this one. Strategies collide. However, I must say, I probably would have been the one to pit.
Oh yeah, at least pit onto the mediums. Like, even if you didn't think the softs were going to do long enough, we'll see if they do. I feel like already Thomas and Duncan have just shown us as Jarno takes the lead of this race. He's not been in the lead very often. He's been a contender. Let's just see at this moment. He's up 17 spots. That's kind of banging.
That is banging, but you can always assume that from basically they should be climbing at least 10, and then from there work out how good they're performing as a result. Because again, quote unquote, the amateurs that they're going up against, you should expect them to make a move. Although around here it is so tricky. Like I said, DRS train after DRS train, swapping and changing, working together. As soon as you have your buddy that you're gonna leech onto, it is hard to break away unless they make a mistake, or you charge to 100% and they've got nothing and you dump it all in one lap.
Yeah, no, that's mad. I'm just looking at this. Like, he's done it. Ron Hart's in DRS. Now on, he gets DRS on Balint. It's only a matter of time, right, before him and Duncan. And then Jack's fallen off a bit. He was part of this fighting earlier with everyone, these fan poking stuff, but Thomas and Duncan have benefited so much from that virtual safety car. It's kind of banging. Like, that's the difference right there. I don't think Jack got the same benefit, and that's 7 seconds.
Look at that Ferrari and Haas battle, P10 to P11. It's still going on. Even after that virtual safety car, neither of them pitted. They stayed out. They just want to keep going and see what they can claw out at the end of this, as Hegedus gets a 3-second time penalty for, again, more corner cutting. Silly guys, you're throwing away your race. You've got fresh tyres. Keep it within the white lines, and you might actually end up getting a decent result. But the more time penalties you get, throwing it away, my dude.
I thought you were going to go into a musical there. It was almost like you were getting revving up to sing as a song.
You wish. Pay extra for that.
Right, Mark Sluter as well. He's getting in this fight. They're realizing they're fighting for the points because it's a championship. We've got about 12 or 13 rounds of this. Every point matters. Getting that 10th place is all that matters. Right now, oh, nice. Gets that undercut. Milan Meyer went a bit too deep, didn't he? Almost invited him into doing that. Ron Hart into second, fighting with Jarno. Let's go, mate.
Oh, there was a little bit of sideways action as Ron Hart and Hoffland tried to capitalize on this. I think Jarno's just going to let it happen. There's no point fighting to... Oh, no, I am wrong. I am very, very wrong. Trying to make the most of that exit. Trying to... no. The softs on exit had too much traction to ever dare to let Jarno back in behind Ron Hart as loads and loads of smoke. It does get to me sometimes. I keep thinking, oh my God, they're getting loads and loads of flat spots. But they're not. They're not locking up that much. It's not actually causing them any tyre wear as such or any flat spots as such. It's just one of those things the game does and likes to throw us off. Because when they were doing the first couple of laps, they're like, oh my God, they're all ruining the tyres. What are they doing? What are they doing? But no, they're not doing it at all. They're just keeping going, keeping on optimal pace. Gab, more corner cutting warnings. Oh, love it. Love the sideways action. Bump drafting.
It's NASCAR, mate. Let's go.
It was on reduced damage. You can get away with that without any carnage happening. You can't get away with that in the F2 cars, I must say. You will just spin the car off ahead of you because of the way that the cars... Oh, Jarno going for the move up the inside. Love it. Not giving up as easy as I thought he was. Love to see it.
He's going to have to use them, right?
Mind. Yeah, absolutely. Try and make sure that to not lose them so that when their tyres go off at the end of the race, he can capitalise on his slightly better tyres.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he can do this and win with the hard tyres, then that is, like, GOAT status, do you know what I'm saying? Because, like, these tyres are, like, Thomas and Duncan need to get away. But the DRS can be strong. It is a long, say, after turn 1, like, that's brutal. Like, trying to get away from people when they have that, and also going into the next sector, next corner after it's technically turn 3, isn't it? Because they count the little left-hander before it. Like, it is kind of hard. It's like, you really need to, like, especially with the battery usage. Can we get any? Look at that. He's got loads, mate.
He has.
Duncan doesn't.
No, not at all. You can actually see his battery bar. It's not hiding it with the top of his helmet.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm just looking as well. Otis in P7, 5.9 to Jack West. He pitted. He's got fresh mediums on him. I think I'm correct in saying. As Duncan goes around the outside. not going for an audacious lunge or anything, trying to work together nicely there. Maybe, I don't know if that's the most optimal. Maybe just doing a one swap per lap, or again, I could just be chatting absolute nonsense because I am not a professional. I am someone who likes to talk about games.
Hey, the waffle is back. I love it. But Yarno doing banging. Like, this is quite good. So he's just ready to go. His job for the next 11 laps is to stay. Like, if he stays in DRS, he gets second place, guaranteed, right? It's just Duncan he needs to try and beat. So what does Thomas do in this moment? Because, you know, like, Thomas and Yarno, I'm sure outside the game they're pally, but in the game they can sometimes be a bit ferocious. So, like this, like, see these races, see, because we're in the new cycle of the game, these are the races that are going to show the drivers like how they're going to sort of move forward for the rest of the seasons, right, into other leagues, especially into the F1 Sim championships when they come back. It's kind of, these are the first indications of who's faster, who's going to be aggressive, who's going to be passive, and it's like, it's almost time to set your mark for the year ahead, you know.
I'm just having a look there. When he went on board with Yarno, he's got a huge amount of battery to the guys around him. Look at that! It's like 90% at the minute. That's crazy. I really thought that as soon as Ronha and Hoffland got ahead, they would just run away, but they're not. Those softs, how many laps on those softs at the minute? Can you swap to it? There we go. Like I said, roughly around about 10 laps, they fall off not fall off a cliff like the previous game, but you really do start to feel it. It's not optimal to stay on them. Maybe going onto the mediums would have been a better strat for them, but what do I know? I'm not Seb Badgerman in chat there talking, who is this guy? This is Adam Thompson, my guy. I know you might be a strategist for... actually, he's not on the grid. I thought he was going to be on the grid today.
Who?
No, hang on. Strategist for Ronhard, weren't you?
Ronhard's in second.
Yeah, no.
Where
for a second,
have you
I thought it was for Brent. I thought it was for Brendan Lee, but I realised, hang on, no, it was for Ronhard, wasn't it? It was for the Stake F1 team. Again, what do I know? I'm talking absolute nonsense. I'm keeping entertained whilst all of this blabbering on, whilst we have the soft runners getting overtaken by the hard. Something I didn't think I'd see so often. I thought they were going to at least stretch their legs a little bit, get away, but I think Jarno's pulled a blinder here.
He's used a little there, definitely a little battery, but it's, as I say, it's very easy to get it back. It's a 4-car train for the lead and for the win here. The other guys, Otis, like, he's too far back now. They're losing him lap upon lap. Like, this is banging. Like, it's really just like, how well have you maintained your tires up to now? Do you have any reason, any need to push? Are you just going to stay? Thomas has that 3-second penalty. He will be ruining the day. I said it when he got it. I was like, that'll probably take your win away, because I've been and I've seen these races before, and it comes down to 3 seconds. Our races, they're not as strict. Do you know what I mean? There's usually a bit of a gap, but at this top level, a 3-second penalty can sometimes feel like a 10-second.
No, it absolutely can. When you've got so many DRS trains going on about, I bet Ronhart is ruining the day. He decided to push a little bit too much, go off track, cause a little bit of a warning to happen one too many times. Lovely switch back there from Ronhart, showing he's still got a little bit of life left in these tyres, maybe dumping a bit of battery. I don't know. I can't see from this stance. But I keep also looking back at P11, P12.
It's still going.
There we go. There we go. And a 3-second penalty. As I mentioned it. Oh dear. Oh, 12 seconds. Mate. 2 people on this grid, 12 seconds. Gab and Milan. Oh, little bit of a twitch. You don't want to touch that inside curb, Ronhart. Oh, Alekes on the hard tyre. Love to see it.
I was banging.
To see it.
Nah, that's
banging.
great.
30-lap-old hards, showing who's boss to the 10-lap-old softs.
Look at that. Duncan's just right behind him. He's going for it. He's got to go for it as well. Things are spicing up a little. Yarno was 8/10 ahead. Like, he's not going to do it this lap, but he needs one more lap like that, and he can break the DRS. Like, that, he was so close there.
Very, very close. I wonder if Ronhart's thinking, those mediums would have been lovely right about now. That's exactly what I would have been thinking. Ronhart making a move on Lekes. Lekes would letting it happen. Oh, no, I speak wrong. I stand corrected. Up the inside, bit of contact. Almost hooked tyres. That could have been devastating for both of their races. Like I said before, they're on the reduced damage setting, so it's not actually going to cause them too much damage if they do come together at any point. But look at that. Soft runner Duncan Hoffland making his way back up through, and I would love to have a little bit of an insight into Ronhar's mind right now. I wonder if he's thinking, oh my word, these tyres are dying super quickly.
I mean, yeah, but
Good for
Yarno
them.
could be saying the same as well. 31, like, seems a lot on hards. He must be past that threshold. Must be struggling a little bit with them. It's just like who's going to be struggling more. Like Duncan's if you look there, it still looks like he's absolutely sending it with heavy steering. Do you know what I mean? Not really sliding out. 11 laps in, like. They could just be looking at him. He's like 97. Who for who?
3-second time penalty. Yeah, there we go.
No.
Alekes with the 3-second time penalty. Might have just ruined a chance of getting on the podium there.
Oh, that's sad.
It's a shame to see. Maybe just got to make sure he's ahead of Ronha when he crosses the finish line, because other than that, I reckon his podium chances are out. They are gone.
Yeah.
But again, I have been wrong already in this race, so could be wrong then too.
Mate, he's almost like my driver of the day so far, Elikas, and that's so sad to see because he's been doing so well. Like, his teammate Ben Shabokonya, who is a name we know for quite a while as well, has been struggling in 13th. He's been up there in that top fight the entire race. He's done absolutely bang, so he should be very happy with himself. But, as I would know, a 3-second penalty really annoys you. It really does.
Oh dear, need I remind you of the 36 second you had the other day. But we carry on, P11 and P12 swapping round once again. Mark Schluter is probably going to be very close to getting 12 seconds of penalties alongside Milan there. Oh, as they swap once again. Oh my God, they are loving life down there, swapping and changing, making sure not one has the opportunity to get away from the other. They're not doing it in places where they can DRS swap all the time and looking at the mini-map. Sometimes they're just sending it just for the sheer sake of it, and I'm all here for it. This causes chaos, potentially a very late safety car, although we're coming to the end of the window where they could potentially happen. That'll make for a very spicy end, but no. I think safety car chances are out the window unless something absolutely disastrous happens in the last closing laps here. As we see Ronha in the lead once again. Oh, a little bit of sideways action. I think Jarno's now got the better tyres.
He might. It's really hard to say, isn't it? It's who's the best at driving on old tires. Again, it's these little differences that really separate at the highest level. It's you're gonna, you can do these strategies, but how good are you in that final few laps when the tires are at the worst? Vanya with a 3-second time penalty as well. Ronhard up in front looks like he's almost drifting around the corners as well. Like, this is great. 66 laps, alternative strategies, and we're fighting with two of the biggest names in the F1 esports. Like, if not the two, one of the two, but I don't know. But look at this, is banging. Lap 67 and still going for it with Duncan Hawthorne, you can never sleep on because he's an amazing character as well. And Balint Elikas, who even though he has that 3-second time penalty, might actually lose fourth to Istvan Pukki. He's doing well.
Yeah. Pukki and Jack West are closing in on that gaggle of cars, P1 to P4, as they start to battle a little bit more. Stop being so conservative with their overtakes and working together. They're not doing so anymore. So, oh, there we go. Jack West overtaking Pukki, 2.1 to the leading train. I reckon they might get onto the back of it. And like you said, Alekes might end up being down in P6. Otis is unfortunately out of this by this point. He put on quite a show for us earlier, sending it every single chance he got. I'm proud of him for causing such great entertainment. He might be a bit upset by his performance and where he ends up, but he's still put on a great show for everyone here and watching at home. But Jack West definitely, I feel like, going to make some inroads on P4 eventually. Might have actually lost out by 0.2 on that last couple of corners just there. But again, I'm sure he's just saving his battery.
Yep, as we have eyes now getting lapped by this sort of lead pack. Istvan Pukki into 5th. Ronhar looking to maybe stays behind Jarno for now. That's telling right now. I think we can assume that he is actually struggling a little, and he's deciding that having the DRS in 2nd place, because I don't think he's going for this here. Ronhar 10 laps ago would have went for that. So I think the tyres are going now, and I think you're right. I think Jarno is actually in the strat to win, because Thomas needs to get 3 seconds ahead. Like, and he's keeping Duncan behind. Like, Duncan needs to move. Like, now or never. Like, oh, no, he lost
keeps touching that inside curve. Stop touching that inside curve, my guy. You were going to get sent. I know he knows it, and I'm just trying to shout to him to make sure he pays attention. My God, Ronhar, stop it. But yeah, Jarno has pulled an absolute blinder. When that virtual safety car happened, we were like, what's he doing? What's he doing? I think maybe in actuality, he might have been better off coming in and putting on the mediums, but Ronhar might have had a blunder putting on the softs.
Oh, wait.
Mediums, as it were.
Where's that?
We're coming up to a safe No,
No,
that's a shame.
too late. It's
That's
too late.
way too late. Just a yellow flag for that
Yeah.
sector. As we see a Mercedes of Gab make a little
he's
bit
going
of
for it,
a
Adam.
mistake. I can't
Duncan's
see because
going
all I'm
for
seeing
it.
is pixels.
No, okay, so Duncan's moved into second place now. He's deciding he needs to get in front of Ronhar, so it's now Duncan v Yarno. Thomas fighting with Balint for the probably 5th or 6th place right now. Balint's not letting it go on the inside, nearly pushes him off, but leaves just enough space. Yarno first, Duncan second, only 2/10 behind.
So close. And look, 1.4 now to Pookie, just behind that top 4. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Alekis and Ronhar might well find themselves down in, well, P5 and P6 respectively eventually. If they keep going the way that they are, Ronhar, this race hasn't turned out the way that they would have liked to. Him and Duncan Hofflin were so far ahead at one point or another. Bit of a strategic blunder. Badgerman, Ronhar's missing you right now, my dude.
Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Getting the knives out. Oh, mate. But you know what? This is why a 3-second time penalty can really just be make or break your race. Duncan Hofflin, if he can win this race, oh man, they're so close. Thomas on the outside, he's going for it. Look at that. He's just like, nah chance, mate. I don't care that we both have a 3-second time penalty. I'm beating you on track. I know that feeling.
Yeah, these last couple of laps, they are going to try and push each other to the limit. Maybe Ronhar, the last couple of laps, are trying to preserve a little bit of tyre life so he can push a little bit. But his tyres are like softs on 20-lap-old softs now at this point.
Yeah.
They are going to be so gone at this point. 17-lap-old softs. Gab with another 3-second time penalty. Keep it on track. Come on. How many? Oh, okay, 15 seconds. Not so good for Gab there.
Oh, who's that?
Dear.
Is
Do you see
Otis?
another yellow?
No, it was someone. Someone went off. I don't know. We had a yellow flag for nothing, mate. Lap 71. This is at the final lap, Adam. Duncan or Yarno? Who's going to do it? Say it right now. Who do you think's doing it?
Oh, I mean, coming into this first corner, there's going to be Yarno ahead. Maybe Duncan might have the advantage with DRS, but I wouldn't put it past Yarno to pull something out of the bag as I go to the DRS detection zone. Oh, I think Duncan's got it for the next straight. I'm not 100%. Bit of tyre banging. I think Duncan's going to make the move and just try and be as wide as possible through this next sector. Yarno might have the inside, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Duncan makes the move stick, and I reckon Duncan might have it.
His Balint's going for it as well. Pushes Yarno. No, Yarno keeps in second. Balint in third as well. He's going for it. Duncan, this could be Duncan's race. There's 2/10 in it. We're coming into the final sector. It's been 71 laps of actually quite banging racing. Into the final sector. Duncan Hofflin. It's his to lose now. Can Yarno do anything? Coming into the last 2 corners. Let's find out. Adam!
Oh, it's so close going for the last corner. I think he's done enough. Duncan is going to come through to claim victory. Oh, up to the line. Up to the line. Oh!
No effing way.
No, 4. I didn't see Yarno making that late charge. And oh my word, if that detection zone was in any different place, that would have been a totally different story. As Otis coming around that final corner. I lost it a little bit there. That came out of nowhere.
Mate.
I had no idea that Yarno was going to get anywhere close to Duncan. Fair play.
It's
What
like he
a
got on
finish.
that, right? It's like he got on the inside line, like, and he just seemed to have so much more acceleration. 4 thousandths. 4 thousandths. Blink of an eye is like, what, 100th of a second? This is 4 thousandths. Like, how do you even quantize that over 71 laps?
Wow. When we saw in the Olympics, 0.001 separating 2 of the cyclists the other day, and I reckon that was a lot closer. You need one of those special phantom cameras to tell the difference between who came first and who came second. But my word, what a photo finish. Driver of the day, Yarno Opmeer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he made me eat my words. Fair play, Yarno. You've pulled an absolute blinder. Well done.
Him and Duncan they just nailed it. I felt like no matter what was happening, they just seemed to make the right decisions. Even at the end, it turned out that the hard tyres were actually quite a good decision. I'll go back to Robbie just for a second so that we can see the lineup. So Duncan Hawthorne gets the fastest lap as well, the only one in the 104s. Jarno second, Istvan Pukki third, Jack West fourth, Balint Elikas, an amazing showing from him, to be honest. Fair play to the guy. Ron Hart sixth, Danny Berezny seventh, Leventi Bensi eighth, Bertolin Savagna 9, Bensi Jabo Konye in 10th place. Hopefully we'll see more from him in the coming season. I know he could be a lot faster than that. Mark Schluter in 11th, Milan Meyer in 12th, unfortunately for him. Otis DNF'd, I think, at the end, or retired. He's in 13th. Shabba Haggard is 14th. Timbo 15th. Gab with 15 seconds of penalties, doing his very own Adam Sanderson. Sonny in 17th. SMD in 18th. Eisner 19th. And our guy Adam Zenegratsky in last place. I know he'll be back. He'll be back, mate.
That Zenegratsky ended so early, his race, but it would have been good to see him try and carve through the field, as we know is possible. But what a finish. What a finish. I do feel like, yes, Jarno had a better tyres at the end. Yep. Strategic masterclass on his front. But I do wonder what would have happened if instead of the softs, they went on to the mediums then.
Yeah.
That could have been a completely different story. They could have pulled the gap out of DRS and maybe got away. But no. Wasn't to be. Jarno up 17 places. Started P17, finished... Yeah. Oh, hey. Finished P2. So, yeah, 16, 17 places. Driver of the day, well deserved. Well deserved.
Mate, it's banging. But Duncan Hawthorne, like, he's a guy that's been reserving sometimes for certain things, and like just to see him out there actually going and nailing it, like I like him. He's always very nice when he does his streams over on Twitch. He's always a nice guy, and it was really nice to see him actually sort of go like, do you know what, Jarno? Yeah, you're fast, but do you know what? 4,000s, take it, 4,000.
I'd love to see their onboards there,
mate.
So
right?
Close. So close. If I was actually driving that car, I'd be one of those ones where you're starting a go-kart, just trying to push the car forward, get across the line at the last minute, pull your head forward. Come on! Oh wow, what a finish! What a race!
Right, so if anyone's like coming in nearly at the end, or they've just seen what's happened at the last few laps there. Basically, this is the WOR's Ironman League. We take some of the top professionals in the world and we put them alongside some of Hungary's best drivers. And you've seen today, Adam, like we might have to call them amateurs, but they were not amateur. They were finishing in good positions. And we put them together. They have their own championships, the pros versus the pros, and the Hungarian amateurs versus themselves to see who can have the most points. We have like 13 rounds this season. We have a bunch of banging tracks to see. Tracks up again for you. The tracks we have obviously just seen Austria, but we have Belgium, we have Spain, we have Monza, we have whatever that one is. We have Netherlands, we have Mexico, China, we have 3 of the American tracks, Canada and Bahrain. What is that flag? Reds. That's Hungary, right? There we go. Hungary flag. I'm not good at this. Banging races, and you know what? It's going to be over the next 12 weeks, and it's going to be absolutely banging. Adam, have you had fun tonight?
I've had great fun. I mean, I still would have loved to have seen a full safety car rather than just a VSC at some point, but they were way too clean. They weren't keeping within the lines. The amount of penalties we saw, unbelievable. That shifted a few people around for sure. Milan there with what was that in the end? 15 seconds or something or other?
A gap as
much.
well.
Yeah. Oops.
Like, that's like our lobbies. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm getting close to disqualification time. Do you know what I mean? Nah, they're going to have to keep it on the track better next time. But do you know what? No, I'm speaking for you as well. I've seen you either get 10 seconds of penalties because you take someone out every race, or you take yourself out every race, right? I'm not having it. This rivalry is going to continue for years to come. I swear to God. You wait to Friday. Las Vegas F2 cars. I'm coming for you, mate. Nah.
Bring it on. Hopefully your internet will be sorted by then, so it won't be jumping all
come
over
on! The one time, the one time you're in my stream, and of course all my stuff breaks up for you. I think I fixed. Was it okay at the end? Was it okay? Or
it was okay at the end. There was a few pixels that I was missing, a bit rate. I was kind of guessing. So if hopefully I've said a few of the people in the right places or other, but no, I think it was a great race. What a finish. Photo finish. We've got to love those. Yeah. Got to love those. That's what we live for in motor racing. Yeah.
I mean, you think you're better than every single way. So maybe next time you should be the streamer and then I can moan at you. Yeah? Does that work? Yeah. Nah, look, guys and ladies all around the world, whoever's been watching, I hope you've had a banging time. This is one of the coolest ideas for a sort of league sort of type scenario that I've kind of seen in the F1 space. We've been in the F1 space for quite a while. Sometimes you can get a bit of the samey sort of league racing, but do you know what this is not it. They have to go straight into 100% race. They need to go, oh, thank you, I've got a mug with all the flags in the world now because I couldn't figure out that Hungarian flag. So that's not just Adam's taking the absolute piss out of me, it's also Shannon, my partner. So everyone, okay, do you know what? I'm sorry, Hungary. And it's literally full of Hungarian racers. I feel like I couldn't have missed the only flag
God.
I couldn't. Right, I'm sorry, I'm done. But yeah, guys, it's been a banging night. Adam, if we want to see more of you and your lovely face, where can we find you?
At Adam Sanderson on most socials, Instagram and Twitch. Over on Twitter, X. One of them. I think one of them has another N at the end of my name, but mostly Adam_Sanderson. And you can find Scott on F1_banging_Scott.
So wait, so you're Adam Sanderson in them? Is that is that what you could do?
No. I think it's X. I'm not 100%. But everywhere else, Adam_Sanderson. Come find me there. Come chill. Come have some good time.
Bang, and we'll be back next week, guys. Thursday, 7:15 p.m. BST, 8:15 p.m. European time. We'll be back for our next round. It's going to be banging. As I said, no qualifying, straight into 100% race. Fastest drivers at the back. Hungarian amateurs at the front. Surely it'll be a banging night. Me and Adam, I think I can speak for both of us. We thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a banging rest of your week, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All right, Adam, say bye bye to these wonderful people.
Bye bye, banging.